Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. Delighted to have with me Mikaela. How are things?
Good, yeah, I wasn't... Okay, so this fight was announced pretty late in the game. I knew for a long time that I was going to be on this card, but there was some logistics that we were trying to figure out before they announced it all. So I was in camp training this whole time. But yeah, it only got announced 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, very, very, very recently. Mikaela, what is the situation with your weight? Because you're like up, down, up, down. Looks like you can fight at any weight.
Well, I'm still pretty skinny, right? It doesn't look like I put on a whole bunch of weight, but that was just my body screaming at me, okay, it's time to fill out a little bit, let yourself go a little bit, because I've been cutting to 130 for a long time, and for a while, it's what I had to do. I had the belts there, and I had a goal of going undisputed. But, I'm getting a little older, and there's no reason now. I have the experience and the skill to fight in multiple weight classes. And so there's no time to wait now. I'm going to where all the competitive fights are. Now, if all the girls are staying at 140, I would stay at 140, but they're not. They're going to 147. That's where the big fights are, and I think that's where I'll be best.
In terms of this Saturday, is it just about getting yourself out, keeping active?
Well, I fought at 135 once, which is still a big cut for me from 130. And so before I jump all the way from 130 to 147, we just want to fight at 142, because I was down at 130 for 15 years, and I probably should have moved up a couple years ago, but because I stayed down, I was preventing my body from really filling out and building that muscle that I need to compete with girls at 147, So it's I have to make sure that I move up in a proper way. It's not just about eating more, cutting less. It's about building the proper strength. So I've been focusing on that so that I'm a strong 147.
What is the ambition? What is the target?
Right now, the ambition is big fights. Yeah, belts come with that, and belts are important because, they come with the territory of fighting the big fights and fighting the best. But for me, I really just want to continue to put on the big fights for women's boxing. I've done it before. It's a great feeling. I know how much it helps grow the sport. And there's some big names that I want to test myself against and put on for the people.
I saw some comments online about some conversation between yourself and Natasha Jonas's team. Can you just confirm or deny, and if that is true, then what is the latest?
There's definitely talk about that, not just on my part. I know I've been talking about it all week, but my team knows, my promoter knows, they've been in touch with her promoter, so definitely the conversation has started. I don't know if she wants to fight. I haven't spoken to her about it, but I know she's a champion, she's a game champion. I know she wants big fights at this stage of her career also, so I expect her to be on board, but hopefully after this fight.
What do you make of Natasha? She's obviously had a great rise in the sport, multi-weight world champion. She's with Sky and Boxer, so is that an easy fight to make as well?
Yeah, I think it's the most feasible fight right now because we obviously do work, Top Rank and Boxer do work really well together, hence why I'm on this card right now. And she's been fighting for Boxer. She has the IBF title now. And I think that she's built a big name here in the UK. She's got her fan base, and I've got mine. I've been building my name here as well, and so I just think it'd be a great selling fight.
Not last week, but the week before, the sport of boxing hit rock bottom once again. Alycia failing a VADA test. Alycia Baumgardner, someone you fought, failed a VADA test. And I also have to appreciate it's a sensitive topic, and I also have to appreciate that they have to go through a process, and they're innocent before guilty. But just your immediate reaction when you heard the news, and generically, the second part of the question is, if someone is caught to be cheating, what should happen to them?
Yeah, I was shocked, just as much as everyone was. As much as me and Baumgardner aren't the best of friends, I never expected her to be cheating. So, we'll see it again. She has to go through the due process, but those are some serious PEDs in her system. So, we'll see. We'll see how she gets out of it, but I don't know. The test, you just got to start with more strict testing. The testing is too loose. It's too far apart in between. Stricter testing, one type of protocol, so there's no arguments about how and what and different organizations. Yeah.
Quick prediction: Chantel Cameron, Katie Taylor. Can Katie Taylor avenge her loss at 140?
I don't think so. I don't think so against Chantel Cameron. Chantel just looks to be too strong and aggressive for her, and I think that Katie will do better than last time because she's good at that. She's smart and experienced, but I don't know. If I had to put money on it, I'm going to go with Chantel.
Okay, Mikaela, appreciate your time. It is public workout today. Tomorrow, press conference. Friday, weigh in. Roll on Saturday, fight night.
Yes. Saturday night, ESPN Plus in America, out here on pay-per-view. It'll be the first fight on pay-per-view here in the UK.